6 airports through the privatization route. If the government were to put more airports up for privatization, do you still have the appetite to take on more?
Absolutely,
You do?
yes. I mean, if you see the airports that have been sort of identified for the next round, there's a lot of them which have a lot of potential, and that's why we think we would be quite aggressive in the next round as well.
Which ones are most suitable for you?
I'm not going to say that on live TV.
Come on, which ones have you identified as key assets that you would like to go after?
So as of now, I would say all 11.
All 11.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the kind of appetite that
Yes,
you have.
absolutely.
Do you have a war chest that you're going to put to work as and when that process?
Yeah. So
starts
I
again?
don't think we'll need a large amount of capital upfront. What is going to be quite helpful is the amount of work we have done on the existing platform. So in terms of people, process, technology, is something that we don't need to reinvest now. So we can simply extend it now to whatever new airports that we add. We've been training our second line of people quite well to be able to extend into new airports that come in. So we don't need to go out and buy talent. We have actually grown that talent in-house. The technology that we are using to run an airport like Navi Mumbai is something that we can extend immediately on day one. And the processes was also something that we've, again, part of it adopted from outside, part of it grown in-house, and then sort of engineered it over time to be as good as it is today. Of course, it's never perfect. But that's something that we also extend to new airports. So I don't think capital is the problem. I think it's more the opportunity.
As and when the opportunity does arise, you're in the market for all 11 is what you're pointing at. But what's special? You've talked about technology and you talk about the fact that this in a way is going to be the airport that showcases your ambition of putting together a new modern airport, not just for India, but benchmark to global standards. What's going to be special and new here at the Navi Mumbai airport?
So, actually it's in the name itself. It's New Mumbai. So if you look at the existing Mumbai airport and you compare this, well, you'll see some traces of the same heritage, but everything here has a new feeling to it. So, the entire backbone infrastructure that we're using to run this airport on technology is completely new. And what it's allowing us to do, very small use case, I'll tell you, is for passengers, one of the biggest anxiety is that where is their bag? How long is it going to be before it comes up on this baggage belt? And we are able to track it to the 30-second interval. So we can tell passengers that don't worry, your bag is going to be here in the next 6.5 minutes. So that gives them the sort of relief of stress that they can go around and do something else. And they get an alert when their bag comes in, which no airport in the world does today. They do it that it's arrived at an airport, but not to the level of a belt.
And you're saying individually?
Individual bags.
Okay.
Individual bags, not a flight. Individual bags.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, one of the things that's because of the new backbone that we've developed, it's allowing us to do. There's a couple of other things that also we're exploring is how do we use AI to actually automate a lot of processes that are repetitive and manual and SOP driven. So using agentic frameworks to actually, make phone calls and coordinate with 5 people, using a very smart voice agent, you can do that. You don't need people to actually sit and
How many
make
people,
those
by
calls.
the way, here are working on the Navi Mumbai project?
During construction was about 25,000 people. Once we start operations, in phase 1 itself, it will be about 5,000 people directly, plus add a couple of thousand more indirectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So technology is going to be the big USP as far as this airport is
Technology
concerned?
and hospitality.
Okay. What's going to be different on the hospitality front?
So hospitality, what we've done is actually trained our entire staff, be it housekeeping, shop staff, lounge staff, our ground handling staff, in a hospitality school. So we want people to get the same experience they would get at a Taj or an Oberoi at an airport. So when you go and speak to a person, you shouldn't feel like that it's going to be like a overbearing kind of conversation. The way people greet you, the way people, just guide you around the airport or deal with you in terms of check-in, etc., has to be the same experience you'd get at a 5-star hotel. But it's for the common man.
Okay. Well, speaking of hospitality, I think one of the problems that we saw emerge at the Mumbai airport was the lounge operators saying that we've been squeezed out, so to speak, out of the airport. How do you respond to that? And do you not believe that there should be access to more than just your services?
No, absolutely. There has to be. See, more than that, I believe in efficiency. what was happening in the entire market. It's not something that was only in Mumbai, but across the entire India. Was there's these companies acting as middlemen, and really once you have scale, all we did was cut out that middleman and pass on a lot of the benefit to the consumer. So when the consumer is benefiting, our margins are increasing. That's just efficiency getting created in the system. It's not someone being squeezed out.
So is it going to be all hands on deck now up until the 25th of December? Are you pretty much going to be parked here?
I'm between here and Guwahati because we're also inaugurating Guwahati Airport on the 20th.
So that's going to be before this.
Yeah, right before this. Yeah,
but
this
much,
will start
but much
and then,
smaller. But much smaller.
It's much smaller.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what is that like just before opening day? I mean,
it's dittos. Obviously, there's there's so many things that can go wrong. And you've tested and tested and tested and tested, but there's always that 1% chance that it could go wrong. And we just hope that it doesn't. So all we want for the 25th is a smooth, simple opening and no complaints.
and no complaints.
Yeah.
Well, Jeet, we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you so much.
With the launch as well as with the airports business.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to hearing more from you as things get on stream. But thanks very much for joining us here
Thank
today.
you so much.
Well, with that, it is time for us to wrap up this CNBC TV 18 special. That was Jeet Adani giving us a blueprint of the Adani Group's aspiration for India's aviation sector. Everything but airlines. That's the big story. From all of us here on the team, goodbye and many thanks for watching.